veins.
Okay.
And then the one in the back, the ones that goes in the middle, is called the middle cardiac vein.
And it's the blue ones?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
blue ones. For the
So
veins,
it's,
the
it's
blue
both of
ones.
them or just one?
Usually it's just one. Like
Okay.
this one. And then there's supposed to be a small vein here that's called small cardiac vein.
Okay.
And
Yeah, does
then
it go to the front? Because
it goes around.
All the way around?
Yeah, it's not visible on this model, but usually our models have.
Is this
a
wait,
pretty
hold on,
good-
is this right here the great or the small cardiac vein too?
Yeah, not this part, but it just goes. It wraps around.
it wraps around
Yeah.
the sulcus.
Yes, the
Okay.
coronary sulcus wraps around, and then the coronary sinus with the opening inside.
Inside. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that's it. So that's for the veins.
What about, wait, what about this one?
What about the
Why
arteries?
do we gotta know about the left posterior interventricular
Branch.
stuff like that? Yeah.
So
Is it just the
left
branch?
posterior intervention.
Can you go from here to the
Or
mic?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's one thing. So coronary sulcus is around that separates the atrium chambers to the ventricle chambers.
Mhm.
Can we not see it? Cause like there's stuff here. Or
Which one?
how do you see the coronary
It's
sulcus?
just
I
like-
can't.
You
I can't
You
visually
just
see
know it's
it.
a
It's just-
division of
yeah,
where
it's a
between the
division.
atrium and the ventricle.
So it's kind of covered.
Yeah, it's usually the one where the all the blood vessels like go around.
Nice.
And then, so right coronary artery, it's not really visible here. It goes, so it branches out.
I don't think it's visible at all.
No, it's not. So I could see one. It's this small thing,
Mm.
right coronary artery.
Okay.
And then it usually wraps around and then goes back, and then when it goes down it becomes the posterior interventricular branch. Posterior because it's on the posterior side, interventricular meaning between ventricles branch.
Mm.
That's why I always remember posterior interventricular branch, not
Okay. The LED
yeah,
or
not
whatever.
the RCA, yeah.
Okay.
And then the marginal branch, so you follow the right coronary artery, right? So the branches, the red branches that goes down, those are all marginal branch,
Okay.
except for the back because we call it posterior interventricular.
What about like
branch.
right here? Is it?
It still follows that
Okay.
it's a marginal branch of the right coronary artery.
Okay.
And then the left coronary artery, it goes, you can also see it here. This is not a really good model.
It's not, huh?
So this is right, you could see it, and you could see a little bit of left
Oh, okay.
coronary artery. And then it's just really small, and then after they branch out, one goes in the front and one goes around to the back. The one that goes in the front is the anterior interventricular branch.
Okay.
That's the one that goes in the front.
Could you say so? You could say sulcus too.
Sulcus, no, because the sulcus is, the meaning of the sulcus is a depression. That's why around the coronary we call it coronary sulcus, because if we remove all the blood vessels here, it's just a depression, like a
Okay.
dented
Mhm.
depression. So sulcus just means that you see
It's a groove like.
it's a
Mhm.
groove like it's a
Okay.
depression. So you can't say sulcus if you're talking about the blood vessels.
Mm.
So the one
What I said.
yes. So the one in the front, anterior interventricular branch, and circumflex branch is the blood vessel that branches out here. It's usually underneath this blood vein. It goes around here. So I always remember
The red one?
which one?
The red?
Yeah, the red. It's the red.
Circumflex.
Circumflex
branch.
branch of the left coronary artery. I always remember it. Circumflex it starts with letter C, so it's like letter C around it on the left. So circumflex branch of the left coronary artery. It goes all the way back, and then there's this artery that goes down, and still we still call them posterior interventricular branch. And that's pretty much it. I
And then
think.
the great cardiac vein, did you already do
Yeah.
that one?
So
Okay.
great cardiac vein again.
Just
It's the
in
vein.
front,
It's in the
anterior.
front.
Okay.
Will these be considered too? Or no?
No.
Okay.
Usually those small veins in medical field they have specific names, but in anatomy we're like so general
With
that
the big one.
yeah,
It's
it's
the
usually
big-
just the big
Mm.
veins. that
Big
we study.
red or blue?
Big blue.
Big blue
Yeah.
on the front.
Yeah. So we're studying these coronary vessels, and usually Blue is for the veins and red for the
For
artery.
this part,
Just for this part, for the
Okay.
coronary vessels. So red is for the arteries, blue is for the veins.
okay.
So again, in the front, great cardiac vein. The one on the back is the middle cardiac vein, and then usually here. So
Mhm.
this is the right side,
Mhm.
and you could see here. Usually on the coronary sulcus, there's a smaller cardiac vein that goes around
Small.
underneath it. It's called small cardiac vein. In our models, you could really see it. And then the lastly is the coronary sinus, and the opening of coronary sinus is right at this point. And
Coronary
then
sinus, and then it goes through into the right atrium
yes,
inside.
it goes in the right atrium, and then there is the opening of the coronary sinus.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's basically-